Hola, buenas noches. Welcome to a quick reading that I'm gonna do to do a check-in into the energy of a connection that you have. So what I'm gonna do is I already have set up these three piles. I'm gonna reveal the cards along with you. I don't know what they are, and they're just prepped. But basically, I want to show on one hand, it's two aspects. So the two people in this connection, the energy one is embodying, the energy of another, and then the energy that is being shared in between, and then some advice I have on this side as well. Um, this reading is meant to truly observe what is going on in the situation. It's not meant to get into another person's mind or anything like that, but reflect on what is present. You may identify yourself with one or the other or both. My aim is for you to just focus really more on the energy of a single one of them. But at the end of the day, the advice is for everyone. So it will most likely be about how we can redirect towards love. In some cases, that means maintaining a connection, and in some cases, it means letting go. So let's get started. I'm going to start with person one over here. Mm, no point in lowering it. So, person one, we have the Five of Swords, we have the Ten of Wands, the Seven of Swords, and we have the more intensity, it says. More intensity. So again, we have the Five of Swords, the Seven of Swords, the Ten of Wands, and we got this paper that says more intensity. What I'm getting with the energy of this person, it seems like they have a lot going on. Like there's almost like a load on their shoulders. And it seems like they're almost embarrassed or feeling like frustrated with the fact that they don't seem to see a clear way to get rid of all of that weight that they're carrying. It's like they're haven't stopped to really organize the ways in which they're gonna put some things down and decide what they're gonna put down and what they're gonna keep in this connection or in general in their life, and therefore that's the energy that they're relating to this connection through. So basically, there is, I think, a desire to transform what they are feeling in terms of emotion. They do desire something that is more intense in the sense that is more passionate, that brings out, that enjoyment, that thrill, that passion, that love. And it seems like their aim is to make that the energy that rules their life, and that they are every day transforming towards that. But they seem to be still deciding the way to get that done. With the Seven of Swords energy, sometimes we can see it as there's a different representation of someone stealing the swords of their enemies, but in a way that is quiet. They're not fighting for them, they're taking them, yeah, without the others noticing. So it's almost like maybe not exposing their issues in this connection. They're not telling you like, oh, I would like you to connect more, or like you aren't saying this wherever you are positioned. I'd like to talk to you more, but I have A, B, C, and D going on, I don't know. And instead of exposing themselves and showing the lack of control, or that they don't have as much control over their reality or situations as they would like um, to have, and as like they would like you to think that they have. So basically, it's like they just don't tell you. There's a level of like a lack of communication, and maybe just like almost like slowing down the connection and like the intensity and importance of it, like visible importance that it holds, just because they are unsure of, even though they want this to connect, they're unsure as to how to make that solid, because they haven't decided what it is that they want to put down or don't, and they don't want to expose the lack of control that they have, basically, um, or perceived, right? So then the next person in this connection, we got the King of Cups, we got the Ten of Swords. That's a 10-10 right there. So this is, at least it's showing the end of a cycle. It seems like both people have reached a limit to a degree. So, and then we got the Three of Wands. Okay, so it seems like the energy of the person one, like we were saying, it's almost like they are sure of what they feel and that they desire that connection, but there's this like uncertainty as to what to put down, how to do that, blah blah blah. They still haven't organized themselves enough to even make the space to choose, and it seems like on the flip side, um, the it's like the opposite person number two that knows that they are sure of what they feel. They are sure that they are willing to make the material changes, the reality changes to allow the reality to reflect those feelings that they have. They know that they see a long term, like, uh, relationship, like that they believe that this can be a long-term connection link, that they feed in whatever way that may be, a friendship, a work, um, dynamic, or whatever. They see long-term potential in this, but at the same time they know that the other person, even though there's that connection, it's like that person doesn't have the pieces arranged, and is also does not desire to expose that's the fact that they don't know exactly what to do. So the other person almost like feels like that is the case with person number one. So person number two feels like there is that confusion coming from person number one, but at the same time it's not a conversation that person two is like willing to have a person one, but they can very clearly now see that that is the case, that even though there's the connection and the desire for connection, there's also almost like the ego, the acting as a barrier to connection, because there's a lack of communication aimed at transforming. um, so yeah, so person number two seems like they are set in their feelings, almost like just waiting for the other person to say, okay, it's go time, for whatever it may be. And then in the middle, we got the Five of Pentacles. Interesting. Five of Pentacles, then we got the Eight of Wands, and we got the Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles is the energy. This is the energy that they share. Oh, and then for person two, also we got todo lo sabes. It's pretty much what I was saying. It's like that person knows what is going on. They're just not willing to be the first one to speak it out because they feel like the ball is in the other person's court. So what is going on in between? There's no yesterday. There's no tomorrow. And basically, it's like this. They're like at a standstill right now because the energy is there's a lack of communication. aimed at clarity, aimed at true expression of the emotion and the desires for the connection. Um, there's definitely, it's like each person is set in their ways, but bridging that connection means transforming what we are putting our energy into in the 3D, in this material reality, like what our energy is going into, and creating our schedule, our routine, like what that is. And as of right now, everyone is growing in their own expression and stuff and enjoying what is going on within their lives, but there's just that transformation that would be needed in the schedule and the routine and the day to day to connect. um because for example, it seems like even though both people are like sure of the connection and are also like doing well in the development around what they each care about, it's almost like they are both still in this like Five of Pentacles energy, as if um they still didn't have enough. um Maybe on the side of person two is more having the idea that having that this connection is almost like something that they're missing. Like there's still this level of like dependence or desire to integrate that connection so as to have the desired reality. So there's still this like there's still an action from a place of lack, because there's the illusion that the addition of the other person could make one's lives better, like the person number two lives better. But really, there's still something within person number two that is unstable and making them feel like they're not whole. So the point of departure from person number two isn't one of I'm whole, let's share together. It's like, oh, I have everything going for me and I just need this other thing to be complete, versus person number one who is like doing what they desire, acting on their passions and stuff, maybe feeling like they're building up from where they are. And even though they would like to include person number person B, person number two, they don't know how to reorganize to make that happen. And so Siri. Thanks, Alexa. Um, so yeah, so there is the feeling like maybe adding the person could create some sort of ruckus or drama or issues in their own schedule and their own life, etc., in one way or another. So one is the fear of adding them to their life, and the other is almost like the fear of lacking them and that keeping them not whole. So on the side of person one, there's also that desire for that connection, but feeling like it's risky to add them in, that there's a risk for destabilization. So as of right now, there does seem to be like an energy of being at a standstill. And yet the Eight of Wands is present here. So it seems like that desire for connection is powerful and strong enough to pushes into incarnating whatever energy is necessary to to feel, be in that state of wholeness, and therefore allow the other person to come in, right? Because as of right now, the blockage is the illusion of lack. So one person thinks they lack the stability to or lack, yeah, the ability to reorganize, and the other person is almost like they're lacking the other person, as if they needed them to complete their have like a perfect, a 10 out of 10 life in the looks of it. So so right now there's still that connection is powerful enough for people to really focus on the fact that one is capable of reorganizing to invite the other person into their lives, that you do have the power to let go of some things that no longer serve you, to make room to allow this new energy to come in. And on the flip side, deepening, you do have the power to deepen that connection to self, so that another person's presence is just an addition and their absence isn't a lack of something, right? So that wholeness, I feel. And to finish this up, we got the advice pile. This is a quick reading. I was thinking of next time maybe making some different piles, but I just want to be careful and respectful with the ways in which we call in other people's energies to like satisfy and satiate our own uncertainty, right? So, these are funny because they are very similar to last one. So, first advice for these energies, these people. You said, it says, ser es un regalo, ser es un regalo que estés viviendo. De aquí en adelante, gózalo, gózalo. Being, it's a gift that you're living. To be alive is a gift. From now on, enjoy it, enjoy it. So to me, it's that, like, both of these people recognize that this connection sparks something in them, that they would like to experience more of that feeling. So if that is the desire, it's like allow yourself to live your life, take control of your life, to really anchor into that feeling, and therefore once you anchor into that, that opens the door to transformation, into, you know, the union, the anchoring of this connection. Doesn't mean it's forever, doesn't mean it's not forever, right? It's the anchoring of this connection. Same goes here. Take your life and enjoy it. You are alive, so take your life and enjoy it. You were born with the right to be happy, to love, and to share your life, and to share your love. Just to be, to take a risk and enjoy your life is all that matters. So, taking a risk, sometimes we fear diving into those connections that hold the potential of new feelings, new emotions through connection. And we hold back in the fears that that may maybe even make uncomfortable the people around us that are so used to a different version of us and expect different things from us, and us from ourselves as well. So it's like allowing ourselves to surprise, to be the surprise, right? Surprise ourselves as well, and take that charge of our lives to clear up the space to like really cultivate love and passion. And then, when and how will you nourish your liberation? This is how I practice luminous freedom. This one came out yesterday too, and in the last reading, and this is same vibe. It's like, when and how will you nourish your liberation? It is the now that we have to tap into those energies of the reality that we desire. So how can we be a bit freer today? So many of those things that are keeping us bound and keeping us from experiencing those connections that we desire, like, why are we giving those our power, and how could we practice liberation today to free ourselves from those perceived, like those commitments that we've made that don't resonate with our souls and what we truly want to experience. Last one, que corre el aire. This one came out before too. Let the air flow. New energy, like that connection, that spark, that shows you something you haven't felt before, and it's just like licking like the tip of the iceberg. There is an entire world of feeling available for us. So it's like allow the air to come in, allow new energy to flow in, and allow that wind to take away what is just an obstacle between you and what you truly wish to do, to embody and experience. So, that was nice. That was I definitely saw myself in both. And it just reminds me to anchor back into love, be thankful, grateful for this moment, for my presence, for what it means to be, for what my aloneness feels like, and being so grateful for this experience, giving yourself a little hug as well, and then from that point, like connecting with people that you love, new connections, being open to them as well. But from that parting point of allowing another to surprise you and to grow by observing how someone else reveals themselves to you. So thank you so much for coming to this reading. My name is Ziete. I'm gonna do different kinds of readings. I'm definitely gonna do other ones that are focused on connection and sexo-affective dynamics, relationships, etc. But from a different point where we're not just trying to, you know, invade another person's like mind or get our way, but truly just like cultivates this wholeness within ourselves, and that be the departure point from which we connect to others so we can enrich each other's lives. So thank you so much for coming here, and have a good night.